What is up, everyone? Welcome back to our lawn, and today I just want to provide you a little bit of an update on what my spring has looked like so far and what my next month or two is going to look like, as I had surgery on my knee just a little bit over a week ago, and I now recover from that going forward. So I used the time before my surgery and the week of very, very nice weather that we had here and did what I predominantly do and what I believe you should do as much as possible in the spring, which is just clean up. Especially in the real mode sections of my yard, I went through and ran a rake around, got all of the sticks up. That's the side yard and the practice facility. Get all the sticks out of the way, any larger debris, whatever has fallen out of my trees, pine cones, all that stuff, etc. Get it out of the way and just get the yard ready. Fortunately, this year, with the lack of real snowfall that we had, I didn't have any real serious snow mold issues. I didn't have any real matting issues. If you do have that, run a rake through a couple of those. If you have one of these powered dethatchers, run it through very gently. You'll be good to go. That's what I did. Again, I'm not fertilizing, and I wouldn't have fertilized anyway. However, especially with the fact that I'm not going to be maintaining this and it's not going to be mowed as often, I don't want to get a bunch of nutrients on the ground. Plus, here in cool season land, fertilizing in the spring is kind of silly. If you walk around your neighborhood, I guarantee everybody's yard looks fantastic right now. So there's really no need to get out there and fertilize until the year starts moving along. Temperatures come up, the grass is fully awake, and you can start to use your eyes to see when and if you might need to do some fertilizer application. So I was able to get a cut on the whole yard. The side yard got cut. I got the front yard all mowed up. I got a couple mows on the putting green and the fairway. Those were good to go. I had the lights plugged in. I was able to get out, spend a couple nights the week leading up to my surgery and enjoy what I have here as much as possible before I'm probably a month out from being able to do any of that stuff again. The only applications I've done is I did hit the whole yard, which is right around 20,000 square feet with 100 pounds of an 007 with prodiamine. I believe it's 0.43% prodiamine. Granular product. It's rained a fair bit since then, so we should be go on the watered in on that application. And I also put a little cocktail down on the practice facility in the hopes to deal with worms, which actually worked out quite well, specifically trying to eliminate the worm casting issue that I've fought since I started mowing short back then. And so what do we see going forward? I don't particularly know. I don't know exactly what my recovery looks like. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be able to do and when. What I do know is, much like I preach all the time on this channel, is you don't have to do everything perfectly all of the time. And what you're going to see right now is mowing habits and watering habits and fungicide applications that are not done when they should be. I'm not going to be able to get fungicides down until I'm better, which is probably going to be past the point when I start to get disease pressure. I'm not going to be mowing regularly. My real mowed sections of my yard, the putting green hasn't been mowed in 11 days. The side yard hasn't been mowed in around a week. My wife did cut the backyard, but that had been way too long. It was super long. You can see I got clumping over there and all sorts of issues with that. The front yard hasn't been cut in probably 2 weeks. And granted, I have been assisted by some cooler temperatures, so my yard isn't growing super aggressively yet. But what you're going to see is that if you're not able to all of the time manage to all of these cultural practices at the highest degree, your yard will still look just fine. The lesson to learn is to not obsess, but do the best that you can as often as you can, and then deal with whatever issues you have during the times when you struggle. And so that's where we're at. Hopefully within a month, maybe 6 weeks or so, I'm back out. I'm back doing everything in the yard. And you're going to see a lot more on this channel, more in the vein of, let's say, Spud Run Golf, Yard Bra, a little bit of what Ben Sims does, where it's just going to go back to being a vlog of what I'm doing in my yard. And I'll provide whatever useful and helpful information I can as I go about that. That's the content I like to watch. That's the content I like to create. And hopefully that's the content that the culture of the follower base that I is looking for as well. So obviously we'll get the green content coming back. We'll have general yard maintenance practices, real mowing, fungicides, PGR, all that stuff is to come. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you sticking around. And hopefully we're a month or two out from getting full swing into the lawn care season and into the YouTube content season as well. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.